Everyone is telling you that you need to save more money for your retirement. The media, banks, financial advisors, they all say the exact same thing. You're just not saving enough. But there is a crucial truth you need to know. A massive number of retired folks in America actually end up with way more money than they could ever need. Yep, you heard that right. The data shows that millions of Americans spend the best years of their lives just hoarding money, all out of this fear that they might starve in their old age. But in reality, when they pass away, most of the money sitting in their accounts is left completely untouched. They never even get the chance to spend that money. So, what are the actual numbers? Exactly what percentage of people are falling into this trap? And the biggest question of all is, are you also sacrificing your life today to build up a fund that you might never even get to use? In today's video, I'm going to break down 3 main points for you that will instantly change everything you thought you knew about retirement. Point number 1, the real data and percentages. Exactly how many millions of Americans are dying with way more money than they need. Point number 2, the oversaving trap. Why people can't spend down their retirement savings even if they want to, and how they end up caught in a tax trap instead. And point number 3, die with zero. How to secure your future while still living your life to the fullest today. So let's begin. Point number 1, the real data and percentages. Exactly how many millions of Americans are dying with more dollars than they need. Let's kick things off not with made-up stories or wild guesses, but directly with some of the biggest and most reliable economic data in America. America's Employee Benefit Research Institute, or EBRI's recent study, has brought a truly mind-blowing fact to light. They tracked the bank accounts of thousands of retired Americans, their investments, and their financial status at the time of their death. The study found that about 32% of retired Americans not only failed to spend their saved dollars after retiring, they actually end up growing their wealth even more in the 18 to 20 years following their retirement. Simply put, the amount of dollars they retired with at age 60 or 65, by the time they hit 80 or 85, they have even more dollars sitting in their accounts. So what about the rest of them? You're probably thinking the others must have blown through all their dollars and ended up broke in their final years, right? The data says absolutely not. Among the rest, those who were average savers, meaning those who had an average or moderate amount of dollars in their retirement funds, they also died, leaving over 80% of their original fund completely untouched by the time they passed away. Let's try to understand this a little deeper. Imagine an American wraps up their career with $500,000 in their retirement account. According to the data, even in the final moments of their life, more than $400,000 remains unused in their account. Every year, millions of people in America die like this. Folks who worked their fingers to the bone, putting in 40 to 60 hours a week for the best 30 to 40 years of their lives. They deprived themselves of the little joys in life. They didn't eat out at nice restaurants. They didn't travel to their favorite places, all because of one unknown fear. What if I run out of dollars in my old age? What if I end up on the streets? But the brutal truth is, when they finally leave this world, those hundreds of thousands of dollars just end up sitting in a bank account. They never get the chance to use those dollars for themselves or their own happiness. This isn't just one or two isolated cases. It has become a systematic social trend across all of America. People are destroying their beautiful present lives by chasing an unknown fear their whole life. So now the big question comes up. If the dollars are right there in their accounts, why don't they just spend them? Why do they hesitate to spend on themselves, even when they're sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars? And the answer to this question lies right in our point number 2. Point number 2, the oversaving trap. Why people can't finish their saved dollars in retirement, even if they try, and how they end up falling into a tax trap instead. There is a weird tendency that works inside the human brain, which in psychology is called habit formation. When you build a strict habit of saving a certain amount of dollars every single month for 30 or 40 years straight, your brain turns that saving mindset into your one and only safety zone. When you reach 65 and suddenly stop working, your brain just doesn't want to easily accept that. It's not just about saving anymore. It's time to actually enjoy life. The person who has thought 10 times before spending a single dollar for the last 40 years finds it mentally impossible to suddenly spend big chunks of money on having fun or traveling after retirement. Whenever they try to spend money, they start suffering from this intense guilt. Every time they want to go on an expensive vacation, their subconscious mind speaks up. What if a major medical emergency hits next year? Or what if the economy crashes and all my saved dollars get wiped out? This unrealistic mental fear is exactly what's called the oversaving trap. Because of this mental trap, many American retirees spend way less than they actually need to, even though they've got millions of dollars just sitting idle in the bank. But the problem isn't just mental. There are legal and tax issues tied into this too. In America, folks who save their dollars in popular retirement accounts, like a 401k or a traditional IRA, fall into a massive trap that a lot of people just don't realize when they're young. When you put your dollars into these accounts, you don't have to pay any taxes up front. This is called a tax-deferred fund. The government tells you, don't pay the tax right now, just pay it when you withdraw the dollars in your old age. But there is a huge legal catch right here. Under U.S. law, when you turn 73 or older, the IRS legally forces you to withdraw a certain amount of dollars from your account every year. In finance terms, this is called an RMD, or required minimum distribution. Even if you don't want to pull those dollars out yourself, the government will tell you, no, you have to take it out because we want our taxes now. Now imagine this bizarre situation. You already have plenty of dollars. You don't need any extra money to spend. But because of the government's strict laws, you're forced to withdraw hundreds of thousands of dollars from your account and pay a steep income tax on it. As a result, a lot of retired folks' savings just get eaten up by taxes and end up being of no use to them at all. They basically spend their lives saving dollars for the government and the banks, not for themselves. And if they eventually pass away without spending the money, those dollars get passed down to the next generation, meaning to their kids. Now you might say, leaving dollars for my kids is a great thing. What's wrong with that? While it sounds really nice on the surface, the financial data reveals another harsh truth right here. In America, by the time most people get their parents' dollars as an inheritance, those kids are already 45 to 60 years old themselves. Meaning, by the time the kids actually get the money, they're already nearing the latter part of their lives or getting close to their own retirement. When they needed the dollars the most, in their 20s or 30s to buy a new house, start a business, or pay for their education, they didn't get it. They're getting the dollars at an age when they are busy dealing with their own back pain, diabetes, and cholesterol. So, sacrificing the best years and youth of your life just to hand over your saved dollars to your kids in your old age is pretty much the same as not giving it to them at all. So, how do we break out of this cycle? How can we escape this trap? That's exactly what we'll uncover in our final and most important point number 3. But before we jump into point number 3, I have a quick question for you guys. Which U.S. state or which country in the world are you watching this video from? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. Take a second and drop a comment right now. I'll be reading through your comments, and I'll feature some of my favorites in my next video. Point number 3, die with zero. How to guarantee your future security while fully enjoying your life today. A modern, logical, and practical solution to this problem was introduced by the famous American financial author Bill Perkins in his book, Die with Zero. The core message of Die with Zero isn't about blowing all your dollars today and ending up bankrupt on the streets tomorrow. The real philosophy here is, the main purpose of your life isn't just to hoard dollars. The true purpose of your life is to collect memories. Because when you reach the end of your life, the dollars in the bank won't bring you any joy. It's only the beautiful memories of the days gone by that keep a person mentally alive. Through a brilliant theory, Bill Perkins showed that 3 things in our life are never present all at once. Number 1, money. Number 2, time. And number 3, health. When you're young, you have tons of energy and you've got plenty of time, But you don't have any dollars. When you're middle-aged, you're working hard, you've got dollars, and you've got health, but you have absolutely no time. And when you're old, you have all the time in the world. You've got a bank full of dollars saved up over a lifetime. But sadly, you don't have that health or energy left anymore. You could go see the Eiffel Tower in Paris sitting in a wheelchair at age 80, but the sheer joy and energy of backpacking through the streets of Paris in your 20s or 30s, is it possible to get that back at 80, even if you spend millions of dollars? It's absolutely impossible. That's why the Die with Zero formula teaches us life optimization, or making the best use of our lives. You have to figure out which experiences hold the most value at what age in your life. When you are between the ages of 30 and 45, your kids are still young. The memories you create by taking them to Disneyland or going on a family vacation during this time will be priceless forever. If you think, I won't go now, I'll go comfortably when I retire at 60, then you are living in a total fool's paradise. Because at 60, your kids won't be going with you to watch cartoons at Disneyland. They'll be busy with their own careers and lives by then. So according to this formula, figure out a specific and logical survival amount, or a safe fund, just enough to live on for your retirement. Stop blindly following the media or bank managers and destroying your present by hoarding hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. Save exactly what you need for your security, and not a penny more. And with the rest of the dollars, starting today, right in this moment, create experiences and memories for yourself and your family that will make your life truly meaningful. Remember, we aren't put on this earth for an eternity. Our time is limited, and our health is limited too. On the last day of your life, your success won't be measured by how many dollars you left in the bank. It'll be measured by how beautifully you were able to enjoy the time and resources you were given. Dollars are definitely important, and securing our future is a responsibility we all share. But sacrificing your present life in the name of security is just a mental trap. This shocking result or data from millions of retired Americans simply reminds us that spending your dollars at the right time and in the right place is an even bigger art than earning them. From today on, whenever you look at your bank balance, make sure to ask yourself this question: am I really securing my future, or am I wasting the best years of my life building savings that I might never even need? The decision is completely in your hands. If this video opened your eyes and changed your perspective on retirement, even just a little bit, then share it right now with those friends of yours who are just chasing dollars and have forgotten how to live. Give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get regular life-changing and financial guidelines like this. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, stay healthy, and enjoy every single moment of your life. Thank you.